Hi guys, today's video is going to be all about the blog overview section of your Squarespace template or website, depending on if you are working on a template or if you have a custom website. Doesn't matter, it's all the same area. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my demo site that I'm going to be working on today with you. Once you click that blog, you are automatically sent into your overview area. On some templates, this is super designed to the point where it is going to have a bunch of different sections on it. In some cases, it is brand new and only has maybe a header. And in other cases, it is from the direct Squarespace area where you only have the blog overview of every single blog. The blog overview is really just this section. It's all of the blog posts that you create for your blog. Anything that you edit to this section, to this blog overview section, is going to affect this. Anything that you edit when you click edit in here will edit your actual website as a whole. This area is your blog overview. You can edit this section to look however you want. This one is a basic grid. You can have it changed to masonry blog. You can have a side-by-side. You can have single column blog. Let's say you want to keep it as a single column blog. Then you can go in and edit it depending on what view you actually decide to keep. So from here, you can change the meta position. So the meta would be all of like the meta details. So your category or your date to below the excerpt, which is not being seen here. You can have your categories be seen. You can have your author be seen. You have a primary meta, which will be what you decide it to be. Let's call it categories. Highly recommend categories is seen. Second metadata is the one right next to it. So you see the dot. We're going to have date, author, or you're going to have none. If you have a lot of authors for your specific blog, you should have your author be on here as a secondary meta content. If you don't have multiple authors and you don't really care about the date being seen because let's say it's a brand new website and your blog is more so like a journal, then you don't really need the date being seen. Dates are really important for blogs that want to showcase how consistent they're being, want to showcase when the information was prominent. So let's say you're going to do like a how-to tutorial. That tutorial information could change based off of how the products or systems that you're creating the tutorial about update. If you create a how-to in 2019, that how-to is going to look different in 2024. That's where the date comes into play for importance. You can change what that dot looks like by changing the icon graphy, however you pronounce it. So we have it set as bullet. You can have it as a pipe. You can have it as a dash. You can have it as a space, completely up to you. Whatever you make it, it automatically changes it for this area on every single blog post. You can have the content display. So you can change the content display to full post, excerpt and title, or title only. So right now it's title only. And then let's change it to excerpt and title. This is how you edit your blog overview. So I'm going to edit this really quick. Back to what it was. What do we have it as? Basic grid. We're going to save this and exit out of it. Now let's go into the settings part of your overview. Your blog overview settings are right here. So you're going to click the settings up here. And this is where you can change all of that information. The page title is going to be the information that is up on the tab of your actual website. The navigation title is going to be what is seen on the header of your website if your blog is in the navigation. You're also going to be able to edit your URL slug. This is also where you can enable the page, which means when it's enabled, anybody can see it when they put in that URL slug. If it's enabled and it's on your header, anybody will be able to click it on the header. So let's say we're not going to have this enabled. We're going to save this and you're going to see it's automatically taken off of your header, but it's still here under your main navigation. Now let's go back and we can click the settings from here and edit all of that same information as well. We're going to enable that page and it automatically will be shown once you press save. It makes it go live. This is a very important page for SEO. SEO strong titles are extremely important for teaching people about your blog. So page title, let's say your SEO is actually going to be artistic stories of work. So we can come back in here and say artistic stories. So we're going to press save and then it's going to change what that is up there. Then we can come in here and we can say we want want the navigation title to be journal. We're going to press save. So artistic stories is your title of the page. And then we have journal, which is now the navigation. Again, let's go back and edit. However, if you want to keep something more consistent across the board, then you can have all three of these be exactly the same and no one's going to judge you. It's really meant for SEO and for your own personal branding. So let's change this all back to blog. If you wanted to have a password for this page, this is where you would do it. That means only people with the password when it's live will be able to see what your blog looks like. And that's for the whole overview, every single blog page within it, everything. This is where you'll be able to showcase how many blog posts you want on this overview. So we had 4. If we change it to 2, we'll press save. We'll come down and this is where we'll see only 2 and then more. When we click more, that entire page will reload and show you the following 2. It's not going to show you 2 plus 2 plus 2. So every time you click more, it's not going to add 2 to that page. It's only going to show you 2 at a time. If you switch it to 10, it'll still show however many you have up to 10. Back to the blog overview settings. That was all of the general information that you need. If your blog is your primary part of your website, if like you are creating a website for the sole purpose of having a blog, you can set that blog page as your home page. That is when we would use that. The SEO is important to know because while Squarespace is really good about auto-generating SEO for you, it's going to pull based off of the most basic information. We want to update it to be more original. So if you have a website that is very similar to somebody else's, like a website URL or a business name that is similar to somebody else's, we want to be able to update our SEO titles and descriptions so that way brand personality and our brand identity is showing a little bit more here to keep us unique when it comes to Google's search engine. Editing it here is going to now just create and boost you in the SEO automatically. A strong SEO title is going to be, I believe it's like anywhere from 40 to 60 characters, and a strong SEO description will be anywhere from 150 to 170 characters. So I'm going to show you what Squarespace does. We see 100 and we see 400. When we add any words here, it automatically does a countdown. You have to kind of do a little bit of math for this. And then also, if you look up here, it says dash demo site, which is my site title. If you don't change any automatic settings on your Squarespace, this will automatically appear for you. And you can change that in the settings page of your entire website, which will be in a different video. This countdown is only including the SEO title that you've written here. It's not including the demo site information that you've added. Google, however, will add those characters in your character count. Make sure that you're including that when you are coming up with your title, if you are trying to really stick to that SEO strong title and the SEO strong description. Let's move on to down here. What does this mean? Hide from search engines. All category pages in this collection, all tags in this collection, and all pages in this collection. If you don't want your blog to be searchable on Google, you're going to toggle this over to everything. Now you don't have to worry about your SEO whatsoever. You don't have to worry about anything because you're like, I'm not allowing it to be searched on Google anyways. This is not going to be good for you if you're a how-to kind of person. If you want to be found on Google for random fun facts or random fun designs that you create. However, it is important for when you are doing multiple tags. When you come in here, your blog, all tag pages in this collection should be hidden on Google because you are showing Google you don't have any duplicates. What a tag does is it duplicates every single blog page with that URL plus a tag. You don't want to understand what that means, just toggle it off and trust an expert, but you're not actually hiding the blog itself from search results. Then let's go to social image. The social image is the image that's going to be shared when somebody goes, oh my gosh, I want to pin this. Or it's going to be when somebody sends it to you or you post it on Facebook, when you share it on social media. This is what people will see. You can create a new one for this, or you can have the same one on every single one of your pages on your website. Your feeds are going to be, if you have like a podcast, basically. This is where you want to change it. When you go into advanced, this is where you'll be able to manage all of those categories. This is where you'll be able to manage any of your tags, but not add new tags. This is where you can delete tag. And once that tag is deleted, it'll delete it off of every single blog post that maintains that tag. If you decide you want to manage and edit your category titles, this is where you can actually edit those titles. So you can edit the name of this to be what you want your category title 1 to be. So the page header code injection is going to be for your overall blog, and your blog item code injection is for blog specific only. So if you have a code that you want injected for only your blog post and not your blog overview, this is where you would post it. If you are like, I don't know anything about code, I don't care about it, that's not necessary for you to know anything then. We're going to press save, and whatever you do to that blog overview settings is going to update over here and for your SEO. That is it for your blog overview review. If you have any questions about your blog overview, please drop a comment. Thanks so much.